This is a part series, part 2. I started part 1. I was talking on how to brand your name. I said there were 10 tips that were very simple. I have already covered 5 in another different video, and now I'm covering another 5 in this particular video. Now, if you are listening for the first time, go ahead and subscribe right now. This is the time to subscribe. Make sure you write down in the comments that I have subscribed. If you're able to let me know you're watching from which country, I would appreciate it. I know I've had people watching from Asia, from South Africa, from parts of Africa, from Kenya, from here in the US, and what have you. God bless you so much. Now listen. Number 6, which is actually number 1 in this series, in this video, is that you must prioritize excellent customer services. In other words, customer experience is everything. They should leave your presence saying that that person has given us exceptional customer service. That is one area that many people sometimes fail in. Now listen, anytime somebody comes for your product, anytime somebody comes for something that you're offering, never have it in your mind that you're doing them a favor, because you're not doing them a favor. If anything, they are the ones doing you a favor because they have come to get your product. You see, why you have a product or why you have something you are releasing or you are offering is because you want people to come and buy it. You want people to come and receive it. You want people to come and have it. So when they come, the first thing is that you must give them or give priority to giving them exceptional customer service. You must deal with them with a lot of respect. You must deal with them with high esteem, understanding that your customer is the best thing that has happened to you by them appearing in your presence. One of the things I have learned with time, and especially in this country of America, is the exceptional customer service that I normally get, especially when I go to restaurants. And those of you who work in restaurants, God bless you so much. Well, not every one of the restaurants, but there are some that really are exceptional. There are some restaurants you go and man, you have just to give them tips because of the kind of customer relations they have. Or when you're talking to somebody on the phone, when you're talking to somebody on a one-to-one basis, they need to understand that they are important. If you're going to become a brand name, you must start prioritizing your customer services. You must start prioritizing the customer experiences. Let them talk about you and say, man, when I had an encounter with that woman or that man, I really enjoyed it. Let the customers tell you that, whoa, I bought this thing not because I needed it. I bought it because of the way you handled me and the way you took care of me. Customer experience is key if you are going to brand yourself. Customer experience is key, let me repeat that, if you will brand yourself. Do not take your customers for granted. Do not take them for granted at all, but deal with them the way they are supposed to be dealt with, and of course express the thing that you're offering to them in a way that they can never forget. One of the things I noticed with King Solomon, for those of you who read your Bibles, one of the things you notice is that whenever you would go to his presence, the customer services you will get as you're going there, the servants and everything, were always exceptional. You would never forget because of the way the people around there would be dealing with you and handling you. Listen, if you are going to become a brand name, the one thing you cannot afford to do is to deal with people in a bad manner, in a haphazard manner, in an awkward manner, in an uncomfortable manner. You have to deal with them and give them joy in whatever they're doing, they are coming for. Number 2 in this video is that you must have authenticity and transparency. Forget those words, they are big words. Authenticity and transparency. Good for me. In other words, you must be genuine, you must be transparent, you must be authentic in your interactions with the people that you're dealing with in form of customers or stakeholders or whoever else. You have to build trust by staying true to your values and delivering to your promises. Many people go wrong here. And how do they go wrong? They start well, they're doing all the other things. They're branding in terms of logos, in terms of advertisement, in terms of marketing, in terms of everything else. And then they fail when it comes to becoming authentic and transparent. When they start being asked to have values that are actually true and they are supposed to be delivering according to the promises they have offered, you'll find now things start going like this. Now, whenever you start going off the track and your promises are not being kept, and you started kind of looking like you're cheating, or you look like you're not very genuine in whatever it is that you're doing, it looks like people cannot really trust your word. It looks like as though whenever you speak, people are not very sure about what you're saying, because they have seen from experience the way you deal with the issues at the end of the day, the way you are not able to deliver what you're promising. The moment you do that, you will stop branding yourself. You will mess yourself up. Being authentic, being transparent, being a man of your word or a woman of your word is key for you to be branded and for people to become loyal to you, for people to come after you, for people to desire your things. You must use this and become that. You have to. You have no choice. You have to do that. You can never succeed if you are not transparent, if you are not honest, if you are not holding values. If you do not keep your promises, you will not have people coming to you. You better listen to me. Do you want to actually become a brand name? You must take integrity in the notch that it's supposed to be at. Honesty must be up there. You must be true to your word. That will help you greatly, because people will trust you. When you make promises, make sure you do them. When you say you'll deliver something, make sure you deliver, and you deliver in time. And if something is happening that is making you delayed or is causing you not to be able to keep your promise, make sure you vocalize it. Let people know exactly what is going on. The other thing that is going to brand your name is what we call consistent innovation. In other words, stay relevant and competitive by continuously innovating and adapting to the changing market trends or customer needs or technological advancement. You must consistently go with the way people are going. When things are changing technically or in technology, you need to start changing with them. When things are changing in terms of market trends, you also have to change with the market trends. Listen to me, if you get stuck to the way you have always known it, because there are people who are like that. You are just the way you started is the way you have been. You don't make any changes. You don't make any improvements. You don't make anything different. You are just there. You are just there. You are just there doing the same. Listen to me. You will remain the same, and you will go nowhere. You will not grow, you will not progress. The problem is that we have some people who got stuck, and especially when they saw a little success in whatever they're doing, they thought that was it. They thought that is it. Oh, I'm succeeding, so I don't need to do anything else. They sat back, fold their hands, and they're doing nothing about it. And guess what? They don't progress. You see, if you're going to become a real brand name, you have to be keen to look what is going on around you. You have to look at the changes that are taking place, because as changes are taking place, remember, these things are very dynamic. As changes are taking place, if you don't change with the change, you will be left behind. You will be left behind. If the styles of wearing are changing, change with the trends. If the way people are handling things technology-wise, that's what they're doing, change with them. If the way people are doing in terms of premises or in terms of whatever you may think about in your industry or in your field, do exactly that. Strive to do that, because when you do that, you will definitely become something. You will become a brand name. But when you get stuck to the old way, stay in the old way, you are just the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. It's only God who is like that. But do you know why God is like that? God is like that because He begins from the beginning to the end. He has already gone into the future. So He has no business of changing. Us is who are changing, because we are entering into the future. The future, we are entering into it, and we are realizing, oh, the future has this, and the future has that, and the future has that. So we are adjusting and navigating ourselves accordingly. But you see, God has already navigated all the way to the end, so He doesn't have to do that. He says, I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, because everything has already been done as far as He is concerned. But for you and I, we have to make sure that we consistently become innovative. We consistently change with things and create new things. because as we do so, I tell you the truth, we become a brand name. And then the last two is that you must seek recognition and awards. In other words, you must desire to do things so that you eventually become awarded for that particular field. Now, believe me, there's nothing about bragging or anything like that, but every time you do well in a field, every time you do well in an industry, every time you do well in a particular area, in a particular area of doing or in a particular field, the truth of the matter, there is always two things that are bound to happen. One is recognition. The other one is being awarded. There is nothing wrong in being awarded. There is nothing wrong in being recognized. If they recognize you because of your songs, praise God for that. We thank God for you. If they are awarding you because of the business innovations that you're having, we thank God for you. That is something you should always have in the back of your mind, because the more recognitions you get and the more awards you get, the more you become a brand name. And by the way, for your information, recognitions and awards are not only for a certain group of people. No, recognition and awards are for people who have decided to work out what they have in them, their skills, passionately and without any doubt or without any staggering or without thinking differently. They have decided, you know what, I must achieve something in as far as this field is concerned. If there's something I so much desire to see myself doing in life, is to always be awarded for what I'm doing. And by the way, being awarded always brings a very good feeling. I don't know about you, but being awarded is always one of the best feelings that a man or a woman can have. I've been awarded in different things here and there in life, and every time they are giving me the awards, it brings in some joy, it brings in some pride, it makes me feel good, it makes me feel high. It has something about it that just boosts you and makes you want to go on and on and on and on. And it also becomes a motivation for you to actually strive to do better than you are actually doing. So you must always seek and pursue for opportunities to be showcased as an expert in a particular field. You need people to know your achievement. You need people to know what contribution you are making in as far as your industry is concerned. Get yourself awards, get yourself certifications, get yourselves into places where you can even talk about your things and what you're doing. Get speaking engagements if you have to, and everywhere you go, speak about yourself and speak about that which you're doing. Never ever stand before people and you don't mention to them what you are all about. It doesn't matter what occasion it is. It doesn't matter what event it is. You have to know you are a brand name, and your brand name must be known wherever and however and whoever. I don't know if I'm getting too complicated with my language, but what am I saying is that you need to seek recognition and awards at all times. And then finally, you must monitor and adapt. In other words, by monitoring is that you must do assessments. You must do evaluations of what it is that you're doing. You have to get feedback from people, get feedback from individuals, get feedback to know what is really going on in comparison to what is happening in the market at the moment. Let you hear back what is going on and be ready to adapt and to change your strategies if you need to, and tactics based on the feedback and the market dynamics that are happening around you. Now listen to me. That is one of the most crucial things you must do. For you to become a brand name, you must be willing to hear what other people saying concerning you. You have to listen to their feedback. You have to hear their comments. Of course, some of the people will probably just be criticizing you for the sake of criticizing you, or giving negative energy just because they don't like you. Now, those ones aside, but there are people out there who are going to give you feedback. Some of the feedback probably may not be something that you will enjoy so much, but when you listen to it and listen to it keenly, what happens is that feedback will actually help you to rebuild yourself. It will help you to rebrand yourself. It will help you to renovate yourself again. Listen, I have always been an advocate of rebranding yourself. Whenever you're doing something and you seem like things are not going well, take time to look at it again, sit back, get feedback, let somebody tell you what exactly is going on, and what out of the feedback and out of whatever you are being told, rebrand yourself, refresh yourself, because sometimes there is need to rebrand if you're actually going to go to the next level. Because sometimes you may be stuck in one thing for too long and you're thinking you're doing so well, but you're actually not moving at all. You're just like a vehicle which is sliding on ice or sliding on mud, and you're thinking the wheels, because the wheels are moving, you're moving. The car is not moving, it's just the wheels that are just rotating. So because you don't want to keep on just rotating there, you need to ask people to come into place, and you ask them, what is it that you are seeing about what I'm doing? What is it that you're seeing as far as the industry I'm in, or the field I'm in, or whatever it is that I'm involved in? What do you think about them? And as they give you feedback, it will help you to re-strategize if you have to. It will also help you to adapt to new things if you have to, because sometimes all you need is somebody to tell you a voice and you adapt to something. And by the way, for your information, there are people out there who will see you do things. When you listen to them, they will help you improve that thing that you are doing. I have had people talking to me about things that I'm doing, and I've listened to them, and they have told me, if you can do this, it would improve it. If you can do this, it would make it better. And guess what? I have seen a lot of changes, a lot of improvement. I have seen a lot of things going on. When I started my YouTube channel, I just started. At first, I was just doing it haphazardly here and there, until I had an encounter with somebody who said that you must do this intentionally if you're going to see something out of it. And I purposed in my heart to do it. But then that commitment of mine had a lot, it costed me a lot in terms of many things, in terms of times, in terms of research, in terms of time, in terms of my mind and everything. But guess what? As I'm doing that and as I'm listening to feedback, what am I seeing? I'm seeing progress, I'm seeing growth, I'm seeing changes, and I'm seeing it pushing me to some other heights and some other levels. Now I'm even seeing people watching me from as far as India, as far as South Africa, as far as somewhere in the Philippines, as far as I don't know from where. They are watching me and they're giving me feedback. What am I actually telling you is that when you get feedback, the feedback will always help you to move to the next level. Now, people, I am done with the series. I did part 1 and I've done part 2 on how to brand your name. God bless you so much for listening all the way to the end. Please, if you're here for the first time, go ahead and subscribe. And when you subscribe, make sure you let me know that you have subscribed by writing down below at the comment area and tell me I have subscribed. Just write those words, nothing else. If you want to tell me from where, I would also appreciate it. Thank you so much. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you in the field of the millionaires. And let's meet in the next video. Ciao and bye-bye.